Okay, that was a quick walk around of my bike. I have a 2021 Panigale V4, just the base model, no V4S or anything. Um, this is just an update of the mods I've done so far. As you can see here, I've done quite a few. I wouldn't say too many. Go ahead and start with the Terminioni slip-ons that I have. Black titanium, sound phenomenal, adds torque, an extra 10 horsepower. It's so much louder than it was before. It does come with this plain weave carbon. It kind of bothers me a little bit just because I have twill weave everywhere else, but I love it. I mean, I wouldn't trade this exhaust for anything else. Even the Acro, I love this black titanium. I also have these slide guards, I guess you call them, from Ducati Bike. I have on this side. I just installed this fairing slider from CNC Racing, and here are the frame and subframe carbon fiber covers that I have from RPM Carbon. They do come with heat shielding on the back. Well, not really. I asked them if they did and they said no. Then I asked them how much they would charge to install it and they said it was free of charge. So I got that for sure, because the frame and subframe do get really hot and your thighs just go crazy, you know. And it did help a little bit, I will have to say. In the front right here, I did tint this myself. This is like a vinyl tail light tint that I got from like Amazon. In order to install that, I actually had to remove the whole front clip, and then I wrapped that. I have the Rizoma stealth mirrors here. Super cool. I get tons and tons of compliments on it. I have the Ducati Bike brake lever guard, and then over here, as you can see, I have the Rizoma blinkers I installed. Really bright, especially at night. Even right now, during the day, it's pretty bright outside. I do have the Rizoma bar end on this side, Ducati Bike tank cap, and more carbon. I have the rear mud guard here. It's really cool. It goes all the way down into the inside, which is cool. Also from RPM Carbon, I have carbon fiber heel guards. I have the Ducati Bike clear clutch cover. As you can see here, I got the black cover with the red, I forgot what that's called. Oh well. But yeah, with the red and black accent between. Pressure plate, that's what it's called, pressure plate. And then I have the also slider here too. Oh my gosh, this exhaust is awesome. Also, I did install the Ducati spacers heat shielding on the inside of the subframe. Has its engine cover. It doesn't really bother me that it's black and everything else is carbon. I think when it's too much carbon, it's a little too much, but I like the contrast. Also, because on the other side, it has the same thing with the engine cover here. So it's just carbon, and then, you know, just regular black that I don't know if it accents the swing arm. I don't know. It doesn't bother me. I like it. Too much carbon is also not a good thing in my opinion. I still have the rear tail tidy right here too. My biggest complaint so far off of anything was installing this subframe cover here, because you have to get inside, so you have to take the tank off, or you could do it without taking the tank off. It's just a little more of a hassle. But these two bolts that are in here in the subframe are Loctited pretty tight, and they're really easy to strip. I actually stripped one trying to take it out. It was annoying. It added like an extra hour and a half, 2 hours of work. That was the only annoying thing to install. The biggest problem I have with the parts that I ordered from RPM Carbon is this right here. As you can see, this heat shielding, it doesn't fit properly. As you can see here, it's not flush on the bottom, and it's not even carbon. The carbon is on top, on the inside, where nobody can see it. which is underneath the tank. I don't know why they did that. You can see here it's the back side of the carbon. Makes no sense. And also here is where you screw in a plastic piece to hold this cable and zip tie it to, but all these threads are just covered in junk from the clear coat they have, and I wasn't able to screw anything in without damaging the threads, which was really annoying because I believe this carbon fiber piece costed about $235 from their website, which is pretty cheap compared to other ones that they have. Other ones are sold like anywhere between $400 to $600 just for this piece. And as you can see here, it's one whole piece. It's not split in half like how it is stock, or other carbon pieces also have them stock as well. Overall, the fit was decent. It was annoying to install because I had to actually lift off the whole tank and remove the entire subframe. I did not want to touch the subframe at all. I actually tried sliding it in without taking the subframe off. I ended up scratching the crap out of the carbon. I don't know if you can see that. You can't really see it. It's super easy. It'll buff out. The only thing that, like I said, the most annoying part is how it looks like it was almost unfinished. And I don't know if that's just how they sell them. I don't know why they would sell them like that. But also, this super thin heat shielding is useless. It is absolutely useless. All the heat shielding that I have on the outside of the subframe, in between the carbon, inside of the subframe, that was supposed to keep the whole bike cool, almost does nothing anymore because of how hot this piece gets. I should have either taken off the old heat shielding and placed it on the backside of the carbon, or just added new heat shielding myself, but I kind of trusted their super thin heat shielding that they had installed. It does nothing, absolutely nothing. I might have to get these going. This is by DEI. It's kind of like a insulating tape. This one, it protects up to 2000 degrees Fahrenheit in radiant heat. I don't know why it's not focusing. But yeah, and then it has like, I believe it's like 400 degrees of direct heat. And then I have this gold one as well from DEI that protects up to 850 degree radiant heat, but it reflects up to 80% of the heat. I don't know which one I'm going to put on, if I can, or if I'm going to put one roll on the actual metal piece on the inside of the metal heat shielding, and then the other roll on the inside of the carbon heat shielding, or I put both on one, or I just completely remove this and get another one from a different company. I'm leaning towards that, but if I do that, I'm gonna have to take off the tank again, remove the subframe again, and I just don't want to mess with, you know, a bike that engineers spent years making, you know, that was made by hand in Italy. Like, you know, I'm a mechanic, I do everything myself. I'm pretty confident in my abilities. Most of the stuff was super simple, but I just don't like messing with things, because the more you mess with it, the more of a chance you have of stripping a bolt or losing a bolt, or forgetting something, or I don't know, I just do not like removing the, you know, your main frame from your motorcycle multiple times. The only other mods I do plan on getting, if I do get any more, well, I will get more, are going to be some carbon wheels for sure in the not near future, probably far future. And then maybe this front fender here I'm going to get in carbon. And obviously the wings got to be in carbon too. I mean, come on. I was thinking about getting this bottom belly panel here, this fairing in carbon as well, but the more I look at the red, I do enjoy it. Like I said, too much carbon I think is a little not the best way to go, but I just love the contrast of the twill and the red. I feel like if I put this in red, I mean in carbon, I don't know, but I will for sure get wings in carbon, probably this front fender here in carbon, and then I'll see how I feel about that. And then later I might get this in carbon. I just don't want to see mix match carbon, you know. I have plain here, and then I have twill here. No one's really gonna notice it unless you look, or if you know carbon. I do have to say though, I did notice this from a few days ago, that carbon weaves don't really go in the same direction. I don't know if that bothers people. It doesn't bother me at all. But yeah, just a quick update, I guess, on what I have on my bike. Runs great, runs phenomenal, can't get enough of it. Just super unhappy with this heat shielding piece from RPM Carbon. All the other pieces, they fit perfectly. My rear mudguard fit perfectly. These frame pieces fit perfectly. One of these heel guards were a little tight in the holes right here, so I just had to drill it out a little bit, but that was no big deal. That took maybe 2 minutes, a minute each, just to drill it out, make sure it was smooth, and then they fit perfectly. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you have any suggestions or anything, I am gonna contact RPM Carbon and tell them that I'm super unhappy with this piece, because it's just horrific. I mean, look at this. It's not flush. Bolts don't seat properly. It's not unfinished. Can't even put the cover on. Like, yeah, it is. It was a cheap piece, but still, I mean, come on. So, but yeah, just a super quick video. I guess not really quick. It's 13 minutes already. But yeah, let me know what you guys think.